Yeah, good morning, everyone. This is Pastor Cham, continuing our study in the book of Hebrews. Today we are going to look at Hebrews chapter 5 from verse 6 to 14. I'm going to break this study into two. One part talking about Jesus, and the other part talking about Melchizedek, who is considered the priest of the Most High. Now, in Hebrews 5:6, the writer is introducing a new high priestly order, other than the Aaronic priestly order. And in the Aaronic priestly order, the priest had to come from the line of Aaron. But here, the writer is introducing a new priesthood, and that priesthood is in the order of Melchizedek. Now, note the word order. It is a succession. It's a succession. But then in verse 7, referring to Jesus Christ, he said when Jesus was in the flesh, especially on the night before he was crucified, the Bible says he offered up prayers and supplications with cries and tears to God, who was able to save him from death, and was heard because of his obedience. And you remember in Gethsemane, he prayed to God, "If this be your will, let this cup pass from me." So the Bible says that the cries of Jesus was so agonizing that actually blood came out from the pores of his cane. It was an agonizing death, in that he took all the sins of humanity, past, present, and future, upon himself. So to the judgment of the entire human race was upon him. That's why he said, "Father, if it be your will, let this cup pass from me." He took the cup of our punishment upon himself, and it was the cup of all the sins, the most egregious sin you can think about, and the most innocent sin you can think about. Jesus took them all. That's why in 1 John chapter 2, he says that Jesus Christ is what? The advocate, not only for the church, and that his death has covered the entire sins of all mankind. So it was a very painful death. He died. And the Bible tells us in verse 8 that although he was a son, that means although Jesus Christ, was the heir of God, that all authority and all prerogatives of sonship, all power had been given to him, yet when he found himself as a human, he learned obedience. He suffered the things that was required for our salvation. And in fact, when you read Isaiah 53, where it talks about the Jesus Christ bearing our sins, the Bible says that God knew that the cost he has given Jesus Christ will be accomplished. And so then in verse 9 it says that having been perfected, he became the author of his eternal salvation to all who obey him. And so the point here is, because Jesus Christ submitted himself to the death on the cross, the Bible says that being found in Philippians chapter 2, being found in the form of a man, he endured the suffering to the point of death. Therefore, God has highly exalted him above every other name, both here on earth, in the heavens, and underneath of the earth. And because of that, because of his position, he has the power to obtain eternal salvation for all who obey him. And then it ends by saying that as a result, the high priestly role of Jesus Christ is what? Is in the order of Melchizedek, which we will look into in the next recording I'm going to do for today. So look forward for the next recording. It talks about Melchizedek being the priest of the Most High. So that's the next thing we're going to look at. So this point of the study is very critical because in verse 13 and 14, the Hebrews were chided because they couldn't handle tough stuff. We'll talk about it later. God bless you.